Hi, friends. Hello. I recorded something earlier today and wanted to record a little snippet to post here just to, for those of you that are in a mode right now of setting some goals. I know it's January right now. You may have already set some goals. Maybe this is a good time to check in with yourself. I know I'm doing that for myself, really reviewing my goals. We just had an amazing 125-25 date for putting some energy into it. And I really sat down and I was reviewing my goals. And I was reminded intuitively just about how important it is to not place limitations on my goals. That as I'm tuning in and really just feeling the sky's the limit. Don't get involved in the hows when you're really tuning into what do I want. Okay, don't get involved in what's realistic when you're tuning into really what do I want, right? We all know, but sometimes it's easy to forget and it's hard to implement. Don't put the shoulds into your goals, all the obligations. And sometimes it's really subtle when we do that. I know for me, the more I work on myself, I'm still practicing, right? I can share with you all of these awarenesses that I have, but the implementation of it is still something that I continue to peel the onion layers off and work on within myself. So the more I work on myself, the more subtle the experiences are and the subtle the shoulds are, or the limitations get. They are not super loud and obvious. So it really does take that moment to check in and go, how do I feel as I'm setting these goals? And something that's important to do, that feeling part, right? The heart part, the soul moves by desire. So that energy of whatever I'm impelled, pulled towards, that's something I want to pay attention to. It may not even have a lot of logic to it. It may not make sense. That could be lofty, right? Those could be the grand goals of my life, or it could be the goal I have for myself today. Whatever it is, make sure that I'm paying attention to that feeling of being impelled. And so I invite you to do the same, to really maybe take a moment, take a look at one of the goals that you've written for yourself this year and really feel it. Am I inspired by it? Is that something that I really want? And what are those bigger goals? Am I limiting myself at all? Got like lots of fuzzy things happening in my video. Am I limiting myself at all? Once those goals are set, then, right, we have all these different practices, which is I'm not going to get into now, of doing the visualizing and all the manifestation and the energy side of things. But then there's also the very practical part of manifesting my goals, which is organizing myself. So I feel it, right? I feel it. And then I use my head to organize myself. Remember that your intellect, this was a mentor, one of my strongest mentors in my life. I've heard it from the age of probably 11 or 12 on up, was that I only need enough intellect to organize myself to accomplish what I have a feeling for. So I'm honoring, right? Albert Einstein has a quote too there about honoring that sacred gift, which is my heart, which is my unconscious mind. So I'm honoring that. And then I'm going, all right, intellect, help me get that accomplished. So I need to move into organization. And that's where all those targets can come in. That's where I even did an interview with somebody today who was talking about that too, right? Working backwards, right? To create those targets so that I can then actually, step 3, put it into action. So I have to feel it, I have to think it, and I need to act. Feel, think, act. And then I need to come back to feel. I need to come back and periodically check in with myself. Do I still have a feeling for that? Because it could be that some of the things that I have goals for, that I'm pulled towards, I may have them for some other reason than I think the end result is meant to be. It could be that it's just part of the process of me going and attempting to reach those goals that actually fulfills the need for me as a soul, so that now I'm like, I don't have a feeling for that anymore. Okay, great. mission accomplished. Let me move on to the next thing rather than me staying the course because no, that's the goal I set. So that's the summary of it all, I think, is feel, think or organize, act, and go back to feel. All right, everybody, have an awesome, awesome day.